Amazing. And when you go in and you hear the music and you smell the fragrances and you see the just spectacular wealth of chandeliers and marbles and jewels and the kinds of people and how they dress, you think, I am in Vaikuntha. That's the illusion. And even a devotee would probably think that way if he didn't really chant good rounds that morning. But it's all orchestrated just to make you lose. That's all. Everything is orchestrated meticulously just to baffle you, bewilder you, and exploit you. And that's exactly what will happen. The more you win, the more you're going to be exploited. If you lose the first time, you try again and again, you say, let's get out of here, there's no hope. But if you win a few times, it's addicting. Very dangerous. The whole material nature is created just like that. It's like a model. Material nature, all the glamour, all the beauty, everything around is actually created for the purpose of exploiting you, bewildering you, or as Srila Prabhupada is saying, baffling you. There's suffering here. And every single way except surrendering to Krishna is only meant to further entangle you. Therefore, Krishna says it very plainly, Daivi heshu gunamayi, mama maya duratyaya. That this material nature with these three modes is very difficult to only overcome. Only if you surrender to me can you cross beyond it. There's no other solution. And Srila Prabhupada in this purport gives an amazing translation to Sarva Dharman Purityajya. Mamekam Sharanam Braja. Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshayishim Sachimasuja. The literal translation is abandon all varieties of religion, dharma, and just surrender to me. I shall deliver you from all sinful reactions, do not fear. But Srila Prabhupada, in his translation, gives a purport. What does this abandon all varieties of religion mean? Prabhupada translates, do not plan to achieve happiness and drive away distress. You will never be successful. This is abandon all varieties of religion. Do not plan to achieve happiness and drive away distress. You will never. Krishna doesn't say you will not. Krishna says you will never be successful. Simply surrender unto me. So to keep our faith in the fallible soldiers of material manipulation is the cause of repeated birth and death. Srila Prabhupada often really challenged material energy. And he challenged our faith in material energy. Sometimes when Prabhupada, with the Bhaktivedanta Institute or his own morning walks, he would really challenge material scientists. And sometimes devotees thinking, why Prabhupada so much like this? Srila Prabhupada, in essence, he once explained his purpose. He said, whether they're right or wrong in their findings, They cannot help you to be free from birth, old age, disease, and death. And that's the basic foundational problem of life. Birth, old age, disease, and death. They have no clue of how to resolve that problem. So even if they may be technically right or wrong, this or that or this or that, if you put your faith in that, you'll never solve the problem. You have to put your faith in the words of God. Now, if a scientist has faith in the Word of God and is using scientific technology and scientific experimentation and scientific, discoveries to help people to actually solve the real problems of life, then that's wonderful. But unfortunately, when they're making false promises that in the future we will make things better, when they don't even know what the real problem is, birth, old age, disease, and death, and they distract us from our faith in God unless we're very careful. Daivi heshu gunamami maya. That Krishna says that unless you surrender to me, you cannot cross beyond the problems of life. You don't even know what the problem is. So Srila Prabhupada was very, very forceful and very strong to keep our consciousness focused on the absolute truth that is spoken by Bhagavan, by Krishna. If you take Bhagavad Gita and accept it as truth, then through business, through science, through politics, through education, you can use all these technologies, all these skills, all of the findings, and use it for the ultimate purpose of really solving the real problems of life. But unless we accept the Bhagavad Gita, the truth of Bhagavad Gita, and build whatever we're developing on that foundation, it's amazing. I even saw a casino named Maya. And it's just so obvious. But people don't understand. But there's a simple solution. Krishna is not different than his name. If we just have faith that Krishna is our ultimate shelter, Sri Krishna Sharanam Mam. Krishna is our real shelter. Krishna is our only shelter. And Krishna has manifested himself within his name. Srila Prabhupada tells that he said 50 years before, when he was a grihasta, he had a young son, and he was walking down the street with his son, and his son looked up and said, "Father, why is the moon following us wherever we go?" And then they walked a few blocks down the road, and the son said, "Look, the moon is still following us." Then they walked somewhere else, and then the son said, "The moon is still with us. The moon is following us everywhere we go, Father." And Srila Prabhupada, he liked that story a lot. He said, the moon is just a little planet in this world. Krishna is the supreme absolute truth. He follows us everywhere. If the moon can follow us, or the sun can follow us wherever we go, Krishna is the source of the sun and the moon. In fact, the moon and the sun are just the eyes of the Lord, giving us vision as well as seeing us. We can't see without the light of the sun. And we are also being seen through the light of the sun. But we can't recognize Krishna being with us unless we are in the proper state of consciousness. And Krishna makes himself accessible, always, to be there to help us, to guide us, to save us, in the form of his name, whenever we chant, and wherever we chant, sincerely. Much louder. What is the use of so many devotees if you cannot fill the world with the sound of the heart? Good decibels.